Hello and welcome back to Insurance Struggles with Nick. This will be the last video in which I say that phrase because I believe the insurance struggle is finally over. I finally got the it just it, it worked out. It worked itself out. I got the insurance company a couple days, I think, if I remember right, after I made that last video, sent the paperwork to the surgeon, and they called me right away and was like, scheduling all your shit right now. And so they scheduled my surgery date first, and then they scheduled the pre-op appointment, which I was like, whoa. But that, so I got to do that. I went in for the pre-op, and they told me everything that was going to happen. And I'm not really going to go that into detail about it here because I actually I secret agented the shit out of this appointment by just subtly recording the entire thing with my phone. I recorded the entire appointment in my voice record app just for my own personal reference, and without telling anyone that I was doing it. So that made me feel real cool. And I'm gonna make a transcription of that recording in the next couple days, and put that up wherever I also put these videos. So that will exist. And it was pretty interesting actually. Kind of heard from the surgeon why his experience with doing these procedures, why he didn't have pictures of the results up in his books out in the lobby or up on the website. He was whoever was in charge of that were kind of dragging their feet about it apparently, and I was like, and me and the person who'd come with me were like, I wonder why. Can't have anything to do with the fact that these patients were trans. That can't possibly be it. This is definitely it. It was almost certainly it, but it's none of my business. It is, though, actually my business, so I put that in the recording, and it's interesting, just interesting conversation. But on the whole, not to say that I don't think the surgeon is going to be good or I don't trust him or anything. I do trust him. He seems like perfectly fine guy. He seems like he's friendly and supportive of trans individuals. So that's gonna happen. Date is the 18th. It's June 18th, 2018. All even numbers, which is nice. So I'm pretty much just really excited about it, but slightly nervous. The procedure itself is going to be what is referred to commonly as the keyhole procedure. It's for people with much smaller chests, and so the scarring for that is going to be very minimum. The recovery is going to be a lot easier than I expected it to be because I heard mostly about double incision, really different kind of procedures, the ones that leave the big scars across the chest, but that's not the kind that I'll be getting. I'm just gonna have super small, tiny scars around the nipples. You won't even really see them on my chest. So that's gonna be pretty nice. And also the recovery for that is much less uncomfortable. I'm not gonna have huge bandages. It's just gonna be medical tape, and that's it. I'm not gonna have stitches. I'm not gonna have really huge stitches or anything. So it's going to be pretty nice. And one thing that I'm most excited about that he told me was I'll be able to look at my chest right away, pretty much as soon as I wake up. I'll be able to look down and see it. So that's super cool. I'm really excited about that and that happening and me almost certainly crying at a moment, and Sam will be there, so Sam will see me cry, and it'll be great. And Sam's seen me cry before. I cry a lot actually, but life is very emotional, so I feel justified in that, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of crying at things that warrant it, and neither should you. Uh, so so yeah, looking forward to that. The procedure, not crying, but I mean, whatever. Uh, so that's it, really. Don't. Oh, and I did go. I went to the court date too, and it was boring, just like I thought it was gonna be. I went into the big, huge courthouse, and the judge, and I was like hustled into the room by the police officer guy who was there, and I like stumbled in front of the judge, and he was like, was up there in his like judge tower throne in the back of the room, dead silent, nobody else in there except for the secretary, you know, with her like vintage typewriter, and he said some stuff. He leaned over me in his box and looked at me like over his spectacles and was like, "All right, so you want to do this? You're here for this. You're Nicholas Cohen." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me. Yeah." Nah. And he was like, "All right, so you want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so he was like, "Cool." And he stamped the fucking paper and they gave it to me on my way out, and I left. And that was exactly how it went, word for word, not a single exaggeration or lie in there at all. Exactly how it happened. It was very brief and anticlimactic, and that's it for now. My next video will be after I get my procedure. This will be my last. This is my last official video. In which I will be wearing a binder. And that's super cool. Can't wait to not have all this back pain anymore. And it'll be nice to be in a summer without having to worry about that. This is actually happening. I said it has not sunk in yet quite that this is actually happening. But it will. It'll sink. I feel like it won't so much sink as like hit me like a sack of bricks. So yeah. Which is fine. That's kind of how all the major life events go. I kind of just ignore it until the actual moment when I realize that it is in fact happening, and then I'm like, oh shit. So no reason this should be any different. That's all. My next video will be after my surgery, and I will be documenting the recovery process and how that goes for me, and try to make it like a little more exciting than this one was. I feel like I was pretty boring in this video, but no more than usual, really. So next video, it's wild. I really can't believe this is happening. I'm sorry, I'm a little like spacey, more so than even usual, like deep spacey. I'm a bit sunburnt. I went to LA Pride on last Sunday, and actually marched in the parade with a bunch of other sweet trans people from the Trans Chorus of LA. I'm not in the Trans Chorus of LA, but I had a friend who is, and he was like, come to Trans Pride and come march with us. And I was like, all right, sure. So I did, and it was really cool. It was a neat experience. Never been to LA Pride before until this year. I got a flag, I got a wristband, and I sat in the sun a lot and got real sunburnt, but it was cool, and to just like be there. And I probably will never go to LA Pride again because I hate LA, not because the actual festival was bad or anything, just because I really do not like Los Angeles or being there at all. But I'm glad I went this year. It was a cool experience. But not as cool as these next couple weeks are gonna be while I'm recovering. And so, gonna stop rambling now for everyone's sake, and till my next video. This is it, folks. This is really it. I mean, not like this is it. Like I'm done making videos. No way. I'm never gonna stop making videos. We're stuck here now. But no, I mean I'll stop eventually. God, but I will make several more during the recovery process, talking all about that. Um, so yeah, documentation, and I'll put up the transcripts for of my pre-op appointment too, because that was some interesting shit. Uh, until till next time, I'm still Nicholas Cohen, and these are still my videos, and it's been weird and wonderful, and will continue to be, I imagine. Wow. Greetings from space. I'm sorry. I'm tired. That's all. That's all. End of the video. Please end the video, Nick. For crying out loud. You do this every single time.